Greetings to my favorite church, Eliot Unitarian Chapel. As you know, our building has been closed now for about 6 weeks, and I have loved seeing people at our Zoom coffee hour and in different ways that we've been meeting online. If you haven't joined us yet for coffee hour especially, I hope you'll give it a try. It is wacky good fun. Now, I promised everybody that in April I would give you an update about what's coming next for our community. We were closed through the end of April, and so now what? As you may have guessed by now, we will continue to close our building through May. Now, that wasn't a terribly difficult decision. It follows the St. Louis shelter-in-place order. And of course, we're going to do that. But beyond that, people have been asking me about making plans over the summer. Now, we know some things, but there's a lot that we don't know. And as we have been doing all along, we're basing our decisions on what we're hearing from medical experts and from communities where the pandemic is further along than where it is here. Now, and that's what Unitarian Universalists do, right? We follow the scientists. We pay close attention to people's experience. And what we're hearing is that it won't be safe to hold public gatherings, big public gatherings, until there is a vaccine that's widely available. And we don't know when that's going to be. Parts of the country and the state will reopen at different times. We've just heard that Missouri will be considered, businesses will be able to reopen May 4th. And when places reopen, there will be a resurgence in the virus, and then they'll close down again. And that might happen a few times. So how do we deal with that? How do we respond as a church? For now, what we will say is that Eliot Chapel facilities will remain closed through the summer. This sort of fits the natural rhythm of the church year. We get quieter in the summer anyway. And we will continue to do all the gatherings that we're doing now electronically. The things we're doing online, like worship and coffee hour, small group meetings, extra classes for adult religious education, team meetings, things like that. One of the most important things we can do as a church right now is to help people be connected. And that is going to be our priority. We will be following CDC guidelines closely to determine when we'll be able to reconvene, whether it's in small groups or large gatherings. And right now, it looks as though the soonest we will be able to regather in any way would be September. But we're going to still be evaluating over the summer as we keep learning more. Now, I understand and I feel a sense of loss that comes with this. You miss being in our building. I miss being in our building. We miss each other. We miss just being in our lovely sanctuary. We miss greeting and hugging our friends. And we'll miss some of the yearly traditions that we love, like flower communion and child dedications and bridging for our youth. Everybody, I would like you now, along with me, to take a deep breath. I'm not kidding, do it. We can do this. We really can. I believe in you, Eliot Chapel. And already I'm seeing that we are doing it. We are doing it. This church is remarkably vibrant and resilient. There are wonderful things happening everywhere. If you've been watching the announcements, we have been hiring new staff, and we have been starting to say a proper goodbye and honoring of people who are leaving us as staff. Covenant groups are meeting not just once a month, but every week. And we will, on the third Sunday of May, the 17th, as we always do, we will have our annual meeting on Zoom. It's been clear to me throughout all of this that our building may be closed, but Eliot Chapel is not closed. We will continue to develop the best ways for us to gather as a community online and keep people safe and serve our values of serving the wider community and to serve our mission. I'm grateful for all of you who've been early adopters, who've been helping us move into this new world we're in. You are helping people who are unfamiliar with Zoom and Facebook get proficient on it so that they can join us. I'm seeing the people who join us on the Zoom coffee hour, and it is not limited to age, friends. It's exciting to me to see people trying new things and connecting with the church of their heart. And also, I'm seeing people looking at how we can continually figure out ways to lift up people and tie people in who don't have access to the internet by telephone and all of the different ways and considerations that we can have just to make sure that this is as inclusive as it possibly can, because that's what Unitarian Universalists do too. I'm thankful for our staff and volunteers who are working so hard to make this happen. You should know that your staff are rock stars. They are doing amazing work on our behalf, and I am so incredibly proud of them. I want to thank all of you who are continuing to pay your pledge and keeping your commitment to the church. If you haven't pledged for next year, even though we've suspended the canvas for now, we would absolutely take your pledge. This church has not stopped serving you, serving the community, and being the church that we want to be. I hope that you will keep Eliot in your thoughts and prayers and find ways to participate that maybe you hadn't thought of before. So after coffee hour on Sunday, April 26th, if you are seeing this before then, I will stay on the Zoom call, the Zoom coffee hour, to answer any questions that you might have, to hear your thoughts about this, to find out what your ideas are for how we can be a vibrant church in this time of transition. And that time of Q&A and just response will start around 12:15 p.m. I would let latecomers into the meeting if you hadn't gone to the rest of the coffee hour. The board and I will also be open to hearing people's responses at the annual meeting on May 17th. And you're always welcome to write to me at bgadon@eliotchapel.org or give me a call. I am honored to be your minister. And even though I long to see you in person again, I know that we're going to do this. We're going to make this into something that will be meaningful and important, and perhaps will even save some people's lives. Goodbye, and God bless you. Until we meet again.